In this video, we are going to talk about Saturn through the nakshatra of Rohini, Pada, Symbolism, and more. So keep watching. Namaste and welcome to Pramanik Astrology channel. I'm your host Prasad Mahazani. Help you raise your vibrations and become your true self with the help of Vedic astrology. And if you're new to my channel and if you want to learn Vedic astrology, join my 3 hours free training. Link is in the description, which will help you to get started into Vedic astrology. See you on the other side of the training. Check out the link in the description section. Now, Saturn into the Rohini Nakshatra. Saturn is the planet. I have already made a separate video on Saturn, what Saturn means in astrology, but I'll quickly summarize it here for the purpose of this video. Okay, so Saturn is a planet of restrictions. Saturn is a planet which rules the time. Saturn is the planet which is all about old age, wisdom, negativity, pessimism, restrictions, disabilities, and all that is restrictive in our life. Saturn also brings in fear, put in pressure, put in responsibility, burden, but all this for your highest good and greatest growth. It helps you to direct your efforts to achieve what you want in life and remove what is not necessary in your life. Saturn is a planet of success. Now, what happens when this Saturn comes into the Rohini Nakshatra? What is Rohini Nakshatra? Rohini Nakshatra ranges from 10 degrees to the 23 degrees 20 minutes of Taurus, and it has 4 padas. The first pada goes into Aries, second into Taurus, third into Gemini, and fourth into the Cancer Navamsha. It has 1 Vargottam and 1 Pushkar Navamsha. The deity associated with this nakshatra is Brahma. There are very few nakshatras with Trinity as a deity, okay, like Vishnu or the Lord Shiva or Brahma. Rohini is one of the nakshatras which has Brahma as the deity. Okay, another thing about apart from Lord Brahma is the creator. Lord Brahma is all about creating things. He creates, and creates. That's it. He is the creator of the universe. Okay. Apart from Lord Brahma, Lord Krishna is also associated with Rohini Nakshatra. Lord Krishna was supposedly born into Rohini Nakshatra and Rohini Ascendant. Okay, and you know his life. And we'll talk about his life and we'll talk about how Rohini is involved into his life. But Rohini Nakshatra is strongly associated with Lord Krishna because he was born into that. Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu chose Rohini Nakshatra as his birth star. This says it all. Okay, so there is a story about Prajapati Daksh and the 27 daughters of Prajapati Daksha, which are the symbolism of all the nakshatras. He has 27 daughters and we have 27 nakshatras. In fact, he has 33 daughters, but still we have 27 nakshatras. Okay, and moon was supposed to travel through each the nakshatra. Okay, but he stayed with Rohini because of her charm and magnetism and love, beauty. He was attracted to Rohini. So Rohini was Moon's favorite wife. Okay, now this created the jealousy between the Jyeshtha nakshatra. The Jyeshtha, the literal meaning of the Jyeshtha is one who is superior, one who is elder. Okay, one who is ahead. And now the Jyeshtha has jealousy for Rohini. Okay, so jealousy is also a theme for Rohini Nakshatra. They have the Shakti to create things. They have the Shakti of Rohan Shakti, okay, which is about creating things. The symbolism associated with Rohini Nakshatra is the ox cart or chariot. Chariot represents authority, represents leadership. Like in earlier days, kings used to have the chariots. If you see the Mahabharata, everybody has the chariot, right? And it shows respect, it shows command, it shows ability to rule. So Rohini Nakshatra has these abilities as well. But more than that, Rohini Nakshatra is all about enjoying the life, is about creating the life and make this life, make this Maya, the play of life, interesting, so that everybody would participate into this. Okay, and that's why Lord Krishna take the birth into this nakshatra, to make it interesting for other people. Now, the animal associated with Rohini Nakshatra is the serpent. And you would see that Lord Vishnu and Lord Krishna is always associated with serpent. Balrama is the Adishesha. Okay, and that's what the serpent represents. Now, Lord Krishna is born into this nakshatra, Rohini, and now Adishesha is associated as a animal with this nakshatra. You will always see the serpents. Vishnu is sitting on the serpent. Lord Shiva has serpent. So serpent have the uh, access to wisdom, secret knowledge, as well as wealth. So Rohini Nakshatra has the ability to create wealth or abundance through the creating process, through the creation process. The planet of endings comes into the nakshatra of creation. Okay, so these people are not, okay, the planet of wisdom and letting go comes into the nakshatra of creation. So these people are not comfortable with the desirous nature of the Rohini. These people feel uncomfortable with the desirous and material nature of the Rohini. The planet of work comes into the nakshatra of creation. So these people have ability to create something concrete, create something lasting, which will make an impact on the world and which will have some abundance for themselves as well. Because remember, the Saturn is also ruling the 10th house in natural horoscope. So the planet of work comes into nakshatra of creation. So these people are constantly into the creative process. Okay, but this creative process won't be artistic, but they will keep on making effort to create something concrete and better. Now, the planet of patience comes into the nakshatra, which is all about consistency. Rohini Nakshatra has an ability and a discipline to do things consistently. Just like an ox, they just keep doing things repetitively. They are not bored of it. They just want a structure. The planet of order comes into the nakshatra of discipline. So now these people bring in order into their life. These people bring in discipline into their life. So the planet of work comes into this nakshatra, makes someone workaholic. Saturn is a planet of work, now comes into the relentlessly working, disciplined nakshatra of Rohini, makes them workaholic. Okay, but on the downside, when Saturn comes in here, these people feel uncomfortable about the desirous nature of the Rohini Nakshatra, because Saturn is about letting things go and Rohini is about getting things, desiring things, getting involved into Maya, manifesting things. When Saturn comes into Rohini Nakshatra, it somewhat tones down the otherwise material, expansive, and excessive indulgent nature of Rohini Nakshatra. It balances the beauty. It humbles down the beauty and all the Venusian qualities in the Rohini Nakshatra. Okay. When Saturn comes into the Rohini Nakshatra, these people have to be careful when they are dealing with the land or buildings. Okay, if they are doing any kind of deal around the land and building, they have to be very careful about the documentation, about the legal compliances of uh, these dealings. When Saturn comes into the Rohini Nakshatra, these people have to be careful with their in-laws. They always have to, keep good relationships with their in-laws. Okay, always keep that balance within the relationship with the in-laws. The planet of karma comes into the nakshatra which is associated with the Nagas, and Nagas holds the secret knowledge. So these people are attracted towards the secret knowledge, occult and mystical knowledge, and they will have some long research on these topics as well. Okay. Another thing about these people is these people have to be careful not to advise anyone about the finances. Okay, like these people might have some regrets around their financial advices, so better stay away from advising other people on finances. The When Saturn comes into this nakshatra, these people might travel to some distant place to learn the occult and mystical things, or any kind of art. Like they will travel to their gurus to learn the specific art. Okay, this also can be seen with this nakshatra. Okay, now this nakshatra has 4 padas. The first pada of this nakshatra goes into Aries Navamsha. In Aries Navamsha, Saturn goes into its debilitation pada. Now here Saturn feels again uncomfortable because of the impact of Mars. Now here Saturn feels uncomfortable because of the impulsive nature of the Mars. Saturn doesn't like impulsive nature. Saturn likes slow things, predictable things, consistent things, and disciplined things, and everything in order. And Mars is like, wants to test everything, wants to check out all these things because of the Aries nature, curious nature. So Saturn feels uncomfortable here. So the second pada of this nakshatra goes into Taurus Navamsha. Here Saturn feels comfortable. Saturn loves to be into this pada. This is Vargottam pada, and into the fixed pada of Taurus sign, which is ruled by Venus, the friend of Saturn. Now here Saturn feels comfortable, and here it molds itself better with Rohini Nakshatra. Now these people will have all the positive impact of this conjunction or this association of um, Saturn with Rohini. Okay, like patience, work, and consistency. All these things would get escalated into this pada, because now this is ruled by Taurus, and into Taurus pada, there is a double effect of Taurus onto this pada, making it Vargottama. Okay, the third pada of this nakshatra goes into the Gemini pada, and this is also ruled by Mercury, which is the friend of Saturn, but more so, it is about the uh, lighter side of this pada. Okay, so Saturn enjoys being into this pada as well, but uh, yeah, Saturn is more about intellectual things into the third pada of this nakshatra. The fourth pada of this nakshatra goes into Cancer Navamsha. Now again, this is also one of the pada which is not suitable for Saturn. In the first pada and the fourth pada of this nakshatra, Saturn feels uncomfortable because of the impact of the Cancer, the Moon, and the Aries. Okay, in fourth pada, it is more about the home and security, but it is also related to travel. Okay, so yes, this was Saturn through the nakshatra of Rohini, as much as I could hold, grasp, and share with you guys. If you want to learn Vedic astrology step by step, join my 3 hours training. Link is in the description. Or if you want to deep dive into Vedic astrology, watch all my videos. These 2 videos on your screen will help you to deep dive into Vedic astrology, sending you tons of positive energy, sending you high vibrations. See you in the next videos. Love and peace. Namaste.